We are live, we are live. And yeah, I'm recovered. I'm recovered from the 200 video challenge attempt, and I'm here to share all the data for you guys. So I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. Testing out the new streaming setup that I'm gonna be doing every Thursday moving forward for 2 to 3 hours, depending on the vibes. But that's what I plan to do for you guys. But yeah, I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm gonna give people time to hop in here. Got some hearts going, 100%. What's up, Ryan Piano? Alex No BS Reviews. Fitzy's here, let's go. Well, Fitzy's in the room with me. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I have any ladies on yet. But yeah, so how's everybody doing today? Alrighty. Man, my Apple Music thing keeps popping up, Fitzy, that's annoying. Anyways, let's go. All right, so we are 4 days after I attempted to film, edit, and post 200 Instagram Reels in 24 hours. And I'm gonna be revealing all the data for that, what happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, the positives, but I will be transparent. I failed. Not so much so from lack of filming ability, but from lack of technology. We had a lot of issues that happened. And the stream, depending on when you're watching this follow-up stream, is still processing on YouTube. Apparently when you go over 24 hours on a stream, you go into the super long streaming category, and it takes up to 7 days to process and be made available public. So I know a few people have reached out because they want to watch, parts of it. I would assume I don't expect anybody to sit through 24 hours of pain like that again, but it will be available publicly for everybody to reference. And I'll probably go back through and timestamp everything, so where there's like sections for filming and of that nature. So everyone can kind of see it, and then skip around and learn from it. And my main goal with the 200 video stream was to show you guys that everyone overcomplicates content. And like I said, we had a few big hiccups. One of those hiccups being I pretty much destroyed my TikTok account, although it was already on the way out. There was a huge update August 29th that was, and I can go into that on this stream and kind of show some data and analytics to show how I'm going to recover from that and what I plan to do moving forward. But I tried to brute force my way through with that, and it did not work. So it is what it is. When you do something crazy like try to film, post, and edit 200 videos in 24 hours, things like this happen. And I was willing to take that sacrifice. But Instagram responded very well to the test. And I think it's going to be a little eye-opening for you guys to see. As of right now, I'm going to go through the stream numbers. You guys are loud. Anyways, I got my big old whiteboard here, and I'm going to try to point out stuff. I'm an old school guy. I like the Casey Neistat approach. I like to draw and write on things and show you guys that way. So this is the stream numbers. I want to break down every part of it and everything that we did, mainly from the promotion, the actual stream itself, and then the reels that were posted. And just for context, my original goal was to get 10 million views from this, and I didn't hit that. I was basically operating at like 1/6 of my potential. Basing that on, I was only able to post 113 videos that hit my criteria of each video being 30 seconds. That was a self-made criteria because I still am going to submit all of these things to the Guinness Book of World Records because as far as I know, nobody's ever done this before, and I want to see if it qualifies for a world record so I can add a world record plaque to the wall back behind me with some of my other fun stuff. And this streaming is trying to get me to my 100K YouTube plaque, which I want to add to my wall. I got a TikTok plaque. I got multiple $1 million laptop plaques that I made myself. And yeah, a bunch of other fun stuff behind me that I just like to try my best to celebrate wins here and there. But breaking down the stream, it was the first problem that we faced very early on was upload speeds to Instagram. I thought I had the internet taken care of here in my studio. One, to be able to do a 24-hour stream and have it be a good user experience for you guys. Streaming is not the easiest as far as the tech involved. That's why I had my homie Fitzy here. Fitzy's been helping out a lot. He's in the background. You guys saw him on the stream. Fitzy, we tested the Wi-Fi. We had 3 different types of Wi-Fi going on for the stream. I had the building where I house my studio here. It's a co-working space. I pay for the premium internet, and they assure me it's the best internet I can buy in the building. And that was what the stream was running from. And at some points, we had like a 30-minute delay. So not the best. That wasn't the whole time, but that was just for parts of it. So if you're rewatching the public stream, parts of it get probably not as high quality as the rest, but hey, this is life and 24-hour streams are not that easy to do. And then the second we had, my team was operating from the guest Wi-Fi of the building, which was another separate internet, and that was fine. But we saw upload speeds dipping because I had one member of my team, Luis, who's in a lot of my videos with me. He was uploading my videos to TikTok, and then Dre, who was also on my team, he was uploading my videos to YouTube Shorts. And I thought when I started, and I originally came up with the 10 million view goal, which I was very confident I could hit, and I can talk about how I came to those numbers here in a second. It was just a kind of a perfect storm for things to go wrong, if you will. But we ended up not being able to post to YouTube Shorts because I did research and everything on the internet said that I could upload to YouTube Shorts while the stream was going on. And that may or may not have been the case to happen if my internet was solid, which it was not. So I ended up scratching posting any of the videos to YouTube Shorts for the challenge. I can still go back and post them, but to qualify for what I call the 24-hour challenge, I just gave up on YouTube just for the quality of the stream so you guys could see what was going on. And then TikTok, we saw after about 10, 15 videos, they were not giving me any love whatsoever. And I was getting like less than 50 views on some videos, which arguably for me is nowhere near normal. But Instagram, and then Instagram was auto posting to Facebook, and Instagram gave me love, and I'll talk about that in a second, but Facebook really didn't give me much love. Maybe those will pop off later. And one thing I want to kind of give you guys some context on is I didn't expect these to take off right away. What we were really looking for was specific outliers and things that would do well early on to then, as they kind of mature and keep kind of gaining steam and momentum, they will be high view videos later on. So based on the numbers I got, so let me talk about the promotions. I think we're in an age right now, obviously with short form. Now I do have an email list that I was emailing. Some of you guys are here from the email list. Most of that's been built off my Instagram. It is around 5,000 people. Not big by most people's standards, but big nonetheless for a lot of people's standards. So we were emailing for people to join the stream. And the goal of this was to get email subscribers, one, to just get them off the platforms, because like I found out, at any point you can lose a platform. So obviously having a backup of email subscribers, although in my opinion, Instagram is far superior, that's just a backup of people. So if the world crumbled in Ryan Magin's world, I'd still be able to contact people. But the promotions, we posted 30 videos every day leading up to the actual stream. That was Reels. I started kind of with a day 1, day 2 feel. A lot of that got a little redundant, so I just switched to just every day I was making a video to promote the stream and also to sign up for the email list, is where we had the spreadsheet that you guys could download. And if you're watching this later, you want to download the spreadsheet that we use to track every video. I had Zach, who's also a member of my team. He was tracking every video. We did 1 hour, 12-hour, or 1 hour and 24-hour and 5-day, and we're probably going to go back in and add a 30-day just because of the way the numbers are kind of shaking out. So yeah, 30 videos and 5 carousels. And the carousels, Luis actually made a really cool carousel, which I can show. It's on my Instagram. All of this is basically in chronological order on my Instagram. If you go back, I announced the challenge when it started. I announced the challenge when it ended. And I really tried to keep it the best I could of compressing as much as I could throughout the 24-hour period, and then the promotions leading up to it. I stopped posting any and all other videos to my account, so all the numbers and the data from that were already, were only new videos on my account from that time period, and I thought it was cool. So again, we did 30 videos, 5 carousels. Most of the email subscribers, a good majority of them, came from one specific carousel, and I can bring it up later if you guys want to see it, that Luis made. It got 53,000 views on the singular carousel, and it drove about 150 email subs just from that. And total email subs I got across the 30 or the 60 or the 32 days or whatever it was has been about close to like 700 people. So I added 700 people to the email list. And then the total views on all the videos and the carousels leading up to the stream was roughly, now we just kind of roughly added each number of the videos up for the promotion aspect, is about 450,000. And that could be more today because every day those things are still living on, getting views. So yeah, 500,000 views just to promote to get to the stream. So the stream, like I said, it will be public as soon as YouTube finishes processing it. We saw 2.1 thousand viewers throughout the whole 24-hour stream, which I thought was pretty cool. To get 2,000 people on a 24-hour stream. Now that wasn't all the time, that was people coming in. I think the peak we had was about 60 people on it at any one given time. But still, over the course of 24 hours, I got 2.1 thousand views. The average view duration from each visitor was 15 minutes. So getting somebody to watch you for 15 minutes is, in this day and age, is significantly hard to do. So I was able to garner up over 500 hours of watch time. So if my YouTube account wasn't monetized, which it already was, I would have gotten monetized just on this singular stream. I believe so. Is that right, Fitzy? Do you know how many? Yeah. So I would have monetized myself in one live stream. So if you guys are struggling to get monetized on YouTube because you want to get ads, well, if you're crazy enough to do a 24-hour live stream, you can do that. And then, yeah, total watch time 500. So that was the whole stream. And now we'll get to the actual numbers of the reels that were posted. Let's see, I got a few questions in here. What's up, Sav? Courtney, congrats on your challenge. I'm excited to see how it does. Courtney's doing 100 videos in the next 20 days. And that's kind of what this is, you know, the whole core purpose of this was about. One, I wanted to hit some personal goals and see what I could do. Never done a stream before that long, so it was like, never really pushed myself creatively that long in anything I've ever really done. But I have been doing this for clients for the last 4 or 5 years. We offer a package in my agency, Viral Edits, which is, I've sold it, you know, in different variations at 10,000, I've sold it at 20,000, I've sold it at 30,000, depending on the volume of videos that we need to hit and the results that we're guaranteeing for those packages. Basically what it is, we film for 1 to 2 days with each client, and then we get videos to be distributed out over the next 90 days, and our guarantee on that is a minimum of 1 million views. And I've never not hit that. And that was either myself and Luis and Dre. We travel to them, they come here to the studio, again, depending on which package, you know, what makes sense for the person. We've done that, I mean, I've done that like 15 times this year, maybe 20 times this year already. But I've never done it for myself in this type of category. So I wanted to be able to do that. And if anybody's interested in working with my company, shoot me a DM on Instagram and we can chat. It is kind of exclusive and it is expensive comparatively to most people because we guarantee some pretty insane results. So yeah, now the reels that were posted. Okay, so I posted based on my own challenge because the original challenge was all videos must be filmed with an iPhone. All videos must be edited in the Instagram Edits app, and all videos must be posted to Instagram. And they must be 30 seconds or longer and fall under the educational bucket, meaning not that every video I make is hugely educational, nor should they be, but I wanted to have some sort of takeaway from every video that you guys as the viewer or the future viewers could learn something from and also drive, you know, my personal brand. And I can share my topic list, which I didn't really have a topic list to. What I did was I took 10 different buckets or 20 different buckets of content that I've previously had in the past that I've gotten videos that were, you know, that had good potential. And I was basically doing 10 videos inside each bucket. So 20 buckets, 10 videos per bucket, 200 videos. And I also was factoring, excuse me, my voice is still a little hoarse from the weekend. I talked a lot. 24 hours of talking straight. But, you know, that being said, it was 20 buckets, 10 videos per bucket, and that's 200 videos. And then I based the time, and this is where I really kind of got, you know, destroyed, if you will, where we saw tech was going to be the instant reason why I may or may not make this challenge, was I factored in roughly 3 to 5 minutes to upload a video to Instagram. And for me to complete 200 videos in 24 hours, it was basically me doing a video every 7 to 10 minutes and uploading every 7 minutes throughout that 24 hours. And I did some test runs in the studio prior to this happening, and I was able to do it. So I thought, you know, why not? But apparently, when you're doing it at that volume, the internet and streaming, the internet has other plans for you. Do I think I could have done it if I wasn't streaming on top of that? I don't know. The internet still hit limiting capacities. And the other way to do this would have been to deploy members of my team to actually post the videos for me. But I wanted to treat this as if I was a solo creator, somebody that was kind of working alone by myself, that didn't have external help, to force myself to get out a higher volume videos. Because I do believe right now in 2026, or moving into 2026, it's a race to get as many videos out as humanly possible for yourself if you want to succeed. I don't believe in quality over quantity. I believe you get quality if you do enough quantity, but I'd rather my quality just happen naturally as I do a lot of quantity. And then the audience, you guys, decide what is that said quality. It's either, and my version of quality is 1 million views. If I get videos that keep, and then, you know, that's for reach. Like I'm constantly trying to reach new people because that's what grows the account. That's what gets you new followers. And I was able to get roughly 700 new followers throughout this challenge as well. I did, however, lose about 400, so I had a net gain of 300 or whatever. But still, I don't worry about those people that drop off. You know, they got their own issues in life. But I focus on the new people coming in, and this gained me 700 new followers in the process, which, in my opinion, is not crazy numbers, but still, I'll take it. 700 people is new people. But so we posted 115 videos total, with 2 of them not hitting my 30-second like goal for myself. So there was 113 posted total across, which average posted me filming, editing, and posting a video every 13 and a half minutes for 24 hours straight. So I was pretty proud of that. I don't know too many people that can do that, and I'll take it. So followers gained 703, and then the total views across the videos as we speak right now is 584,000. Now, that's kind of the breakdown. Of the 500,000 views, they are still getting views every day. I did expect, and this is where I think that I could have done better, I did expect some to pop off into the 100Ks pretty quickly. But again, I was also expecting to have the enhancement of my YouTube Shorts and my TikTok as well. And when I came to the idea to do this experiment, it's based on the fact that a little over a year ago, my house was destroyed in Hurricane Helene. Still not moved back in yet, for those wondering. I know a lot of people have followed me since then. We're still technically homeless, but living in a nice rental house. I posted 100 times in 24 hours, but it was, you know, a video every hour on the hour to like 5 platforms. And from that, I was riding on the trains of Hurricane Milton, which was a Category 5 disaster, and I was able to get 40 million views in 24 hours, and I also gained 25,000 followers in that process. I also made roughly $10,000 in ad revenue from the content being posted. I did that because, well, one, I did not evacuate for a Category 5 hurricane because I was living in a fifth-story apartment in a concrete building. So I took the risk, and me and my family stayed back. And it turned into being one of the best content experiments I've ever done in my entire life. So did I do it to get the views? Partially. I did it more so to keep myself busy because my house has been destroyed by 3 hurricanes. It will not be moving forward. But this was kind of the inspiration of, like, when I looked back last year, like, what was the best thing I did that I can kind of recreate something this year? Well, that was the idea for the stream. And typically November and December are lower content months for most people because everyone tends to slow down around the holidays. I was like, well, screw it. Let's speed up around the holidays and try to brute force more videos out. And then with the implications of AI and everything coming from that nature, I do want to beat AI's trying to keep this PG for the stream, so I don't want to get censored. I was trying to beat the hell out of AI so I could, you know, get more of me out there authentically over the next year. And I still plan on doing high volume content because if any of you guys want to go back to my Instagram and look, the videos, while not all of them did well, the average views now are around anywhere from 5,000 views per video, which is actually lower. So what happened was I posted so many in the time frame that I think I lowered the ratio initially. Dude, you're still all over my feed. because of the volume of videos I posted during that time. So yeah, so those were kind of the results. And you know, as far as money breakdown of the stream, I did not do this for money. I lost money, actually. I paid, well, I still have to pay him, he's here, but I paid Fitzy to help me run the stream. He added, it's coming, buddy, it's coming. And then he's back here to help me with this, but I got a sponsorship from Fanbasis. They paid me $3,000 to sponsor the stream. If you guys want to check out Fanbasis, this is an easy plug for me. It's in the description right now, as well as all the free stuff I gave away on the stream. Fanbasis is basically a merchant account processor. If you guys are not doing auto billing or you want to do buy now, pay later, Fanbasis is a great option for that, and I'm using them in 2026. So it's a product I'm going to use. It's just a little site I have to migrate a lot of my stuff over. And if you have anybody that's ever been kicked off of Stripe, if that hasn't happened to you yet, it's I have not been kicked off, but I've had Stripe withhold my funds for months at a time. It's crippling for a business owner for that to happen. So check out Fanbasis. They will not do that to you. But you know, they sponsored the stream, and I do have an affiliate commission deal with them, which I don't know the numbers on that yet if I made any sales, but they sponsored the stream. I also made about $300 in super chat revenue to quite a few people that donated like $5 here, $10 here. A couple people did 100, which was great. And then there was like $100 in ad revenue throughout the 24-hour stream. So like we'll say 400 bucks came from streaming for 24 hours. But for me, the value was in the implications of this moving into 2026. Because for one, I wanted to show you guys that it's possible to do something like this, as well as I wanted to show everybody that they probably don't need to buy your favorite content guru's course. So I did you a favor and saved you a bunch of money, because whatever they're teaching you probably doesn't matter, you know, because I made videos about everything. And ironically, the videos that I made on my page that were, in my opinion, the best videos did the worst. Most of what I did on the whiteboard, and we can go through my Instagram account here in a second, because I'm going to be talking now for another 2 hours or 2.5 hours. I got plenty of time today to just sit and chat with you guys. But the videos that arguably took, you know, that showed my expertise in the filming, like what I know about content, did the worst. Like, and then a video like putting Mio in liquid egg whites did like 50,000 views. Doesn't make sense to me, but I do drink that. I have pretty much every day since the stream, so it's part of my life. It's something I do, part of my brand. If you guys want quick protein, orange vanilla, Mio, and liquid egg whites, and you get 50 grams of protein. It may mess up your stomach though, until you get used to it. But either way, I digress. For me, this was to show the entire process of filming, editing, and posting, quickly, rapidly producing content, because this is a service my company offers. And the lowest anybody can buy this from me right now in my company is $20,000. So if I sell one of those over the next 90 days, 30 days, a year, then this stream was 100% worth it. And for business owners, I also wanted to, you know, inspire them to not take themselves and or their content so seriously, that it's okay to just take out your phone, make videos, have fun with it, and post, and then on the off chance videos hit, you get views. And then from those views, you gain 700 followers. And in some cases, you can gain thousands, because you don't really know, and nobody really knows what videos are going to work and what videos are not going to work. A video that works for me might not work for you, it might not work for Fitzy, it might work halfway as good for Luis, but we don't know. You have to put volume out and test. And if you guys have not even gotten to the point where you put 100 videos out onto the internet, let alone me doing that in 24 hours, you don't even know what a good video is yet, because you will change as a person. And I made that video during the stream. There's levels of like video 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. And then when you do 100, you are like a different person. You can speak better. You can do things like this, where I haven't taken a breath yet, basically, and been talking now for 27 minutes. Like, you have to become a better speaker and learn how to trigger people with your voice, or educate people with your voice and how you structure your sentences and your word patterns. These are things that you can't buy in a course. You just need reps to do that. So with that said, I'm gonna open up the chat for a minute and take a breather and have some Red Bull. But what do you guys wanna know about, or what information do you kinda want me to dive into that would help you take this data? Oh, and then, or I can talk about my TikTok account. But I'm gonna look at the chat. I forgot about the TikTok account. And there was also I had a lot of cool clients of mine that actually sent in food and beverages. Although Erica, if she's on here, I drink sugar-free Red Bull, not real Red Bull. But I think she's trying to convert me to sugar drinks. I don't know why though. Let's see, what do we got in the chat? I'm looking at the chat right now, guys. Sorry, I'm also learning the streaming software that Fitzy helped me set up about 45 minutes prior to this. So, let's see. Heather's gonna match the challenge. Awesome. Yeah, I picked my 5 content pillars and prepping just hooks. If you have to prep scripts for this, you would never be able to do it. Just throwing that out there. The filming of this challenge was actually by far the easiest thing. Like, I was filming arguably what I would call, you know, some of that fatigue was amplified because of the technology challenges that we were having. That was really messing with my head, although I don't think I showed that on the stream. That wasn't the goal. But it was frustrating to know basically after an hour I was going to fail the challenge. And a lot of people want to know, was there a point when I wanted to quit? Absolutely. Many points. They all came between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. That was rough. Fitzy fell asleep standing.
No, I didn't.
He's laughing. Now, I mean, it was a lot, like after like 8 hours of filming and like editing. And now mind you, the edits were not complicated edits, and that wasn't the point of what I was doing. And I was doing it all from the phone. If I did it from my computer, it would have gone faster, 100%. It got really confusing to manage the files. So I was only really filming 7 to 10 video bursts. Because then when I was looking at them, you know, because when you edit in the Edits app, it downloads and it saves the version. But then I was literally just deleting all the files off of my phone the second I filmed it. So, fun facts of things that you don't know is going to happen until you start doing it. Yeah, Eric, my niche content did the absolute worst. Let me pull up my Instagram here so you guys can. I'm going to go back to the beginning here while you people kind of go into the chat there. I know there's a little bit of a lag, so I keep trying to remember that for myself. Don't judge, but Tucker Carlson, if you want to sponsor me without nicotine pouches, I'm Mountain Wintergreen 6s. Just so you know, Tucker, or whoever manages all that. Yeah, so let me go back to, let me change over to my screen share. All right, so this is obviously my Instagram account here. And thank you again, Fitzy, for making it so I can switch back and forth. I hope you guys can see this.
Whoa, it is cool.
It is cool. That is all Fitzy.
Check this out. You got a drop shadow even.
Woo, I got my box in the corner with a drop shadow.
Let's go.
So if we go back here, we'll just go through from the start. Actually, let me switch over to the Reels tab so I can see my views. And sometimes it wants to. Look at that post number, 4,000 posts. Woo!
So you see.
Okay, yeah, that looks dope. Thank you, 50.
Yeah. So you see.
And again, I just want to say, I might do a follow-up stream again. Well, I'm going to be live streaming every Thursday except for Christmas Day, which is in 2 Thursdays. So next Thursday, we'll be doing another live stream just today. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of structure to these. I used to do these a while back, but I usually just kind of teach what I'm working on, and people seem to enjoy it. So I'm committing to that. It's hard for me to go, I want to do this for a year, because it seems so hard because how busy my travel schedule gets to commit to this, but I'm committing to live streaming every Thursday for the next year. And it'll be roughly 3 hours every Thursday. So if you guys want to know what I'm planning to do, this is my podcast. I don't like to rely on other people to help me do things, especially when it comes to, I need a certain guest to be able to talk. I don't, fuck that, I'm not doing it. Oop, all right, 30 minutes in, I cussed for the first time. I'm getting better, because it was cool because I did find out there was a couple families were watching with their kids to teach them how to create content on the stream. So I want to attract more people. So here we are. Let's see. Going back. So here we are. So the first video I posted announcing was this one. Day one. So this video, from this video, actually technically Luis, oh, I'm sorry, here it is. So This is the video where I announced the challenge, and that one has 13.8 thousand views. Then Luis and Dre were having fun filming their videos. They quickly fell off, guys. What happened? You guys stopped making videos.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, you guys only made like 4 videos throughout the 30 days.
You saying for the stream?
Yeah. It's
I was making videos.
Yeah. I'm just messing with the guys. They were too busy worried about my company's videos and me, so I gotta give them crap all the time. But you know, I didn't count those in the videos that I made, so there was a few extras. But Luis's video, Luis and Jay got 6,000 views. Zach, my new operator, he's in the other room. He started making videos. He's never made videos before, and arguably, they were really good. But I announced this is like day 2, got 8,000. Luis posted one. This is day 2, 5,000. Sav, who was also here during the stream, she made one. She is a really good little micro vlogger, if you will. So she got 6,000, but then here 4,000, 5,000, 4,000. And this is like me just living my life, making sure I film a video every day to promote whatever it is I'm promoting. So if you guys are promoting anything, I would highly recommend you do that. In addition to putting out other content. 4,000 views here, 7,000 views here. Every video was mentioning download the 200 BTS, which was to get my 5 viral frameworks that I use to make the buckets and how my brain kind of operates from. This video was not part of the stream. During the promotion, I was still having other videos get posted, but that video with Meredith in Alaska is 792,000. This video, 5,000. That was another video that wasn't part of it. That wasn't part of it. This video is 9,000 with Mr. Beast. This was not part of it. This was part of it. 7,000 here. Made a gas video because I thought Stitch was funny. 5,000. 31,000 here. Like this was a bigger video that promoted the stream. This was me just taking an OnlyFans model and basically talking crap about her. Or that the University of Washington hired her to speak, which I still think is ridiculous that is the world we live in right now. 7,000, 5,000. 8,000 or roughly 8,000. Again, I'm just rounding either up or down depending on where it is. So it's not, the spreadsheet is exact though. And Zach did send it to me. I can open it up for you guys. 8,000 here. So as you see, most of the videos I was doing promoting it were hitting 10,000 views very regularly. This video was about hooks, 5,000. This was a collab on a podcast I did where I talked about it, 3,000. Shout out to Seb and Jasmina. They clipped that and collab with me on that. 3,000, 24,000 was another video. This is me talking about hooks. And for me, these are like, I didn't expect these to do that well. Like, these are not million view potential videos. These are on my framework. I have the HEM framework, which is hobbies and interests, experience, and mastery. These are mastery videos. If these get 10,000 views, I think they're doing a great job. And most of these, and that's how I would encourage you guys to think. Like, you have your videos that are designed to get a lot of reach. In this case, like me on a mountain talking about Alaska, it's just bringing exposure back to your page. And that's what I would encourage you guys to start thinking is like, really there's 2 types of content in the world. You have reach content and converting content. Everything else is just nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. It's either getting you views or it's converting people. And with the addition of ManyChat, if you guys are not using that, I wish I had an affiliate link for that, but you should be. It's very easy to set up and you can give people stuff, and most viewers are used to to commenting. You know, will that end soon? Probably, because everyone gets tired of everything. This, I think, was the best, most creative video that I made, which is the open apology to Adam Masari. I really wanted Adam to check out the stream. He had to have seen that video. I don't know. It didn't get as many. This was the one that I kind of wanted to get a lot of views because Adam Masari does have a big following. And yeah, this one as well, 11,000. And then this was the start of the actual stream. I'm looking at some of I got a laptop here with the chat on it, so I'm just trying to keep up with you guys so I can. There we go. Let's see. Heather, thank you for watching. Heather, they miss you here at Expensive. Somebody asked how much faster is it to edit on a computer? I don't have like a time, but it's easier to manage and organize the files when you're dealing with a folder and the computer. That was the only thing. On the phone, if you're doing bulk volume, it did get confusing. And when I was trying to keep pace and not frustrate myself, that was kind of messing with my head a little bit. Just checking the chat. Courtney, I'll show, before I go through the stream videos, I want to show the carousel that Luis made. I got to switch back my tabs because Luis's, and then comes up with really cool stuff. He's laughing in the background there. Where is that carousel? So I spoke at my good friend Ali Gilbert's event. Ali's also a client of my agency. If you're not friends with your clients that you work with, I don't know, you should probably have a better product because most all of mine end up becoming friends. So this was the carousel that Luis made. Fat influencers are beating you and AI is about to make it worse. Swipe to read. These were pictures that were taken, like Luis took, while I was speaking, he took a couple pictures. And then 8 a.m. this morning, 70 fitness coaches, I told them something that scared the shit out of them. I was speaking at Ali Gilbert's Silverback Summit, room full of people with visible abs, 4 a.m. wake-ups, tracked macros, more disciplined than 99% of people, almost none of them posting content. Here's what I told them. AI can now duplicate your editing, your voice, your face. The window of making regular content is closing fast. The only thing separating people exploding right now is volume. Obviously, this is tailored for the message that I'm trying to portray for the stream. Not better cameras, not perfect lighting, not expensive gear, just posting more. I looked at the room and said, you wake up at 4 a.m., track every macro, inject hormones, but you won't post a video. Making videos easier than what you already do. Then I said this, fat influencers have more followers than you, less knowledge, less discipline, less results. I did actually say that on stage, but they're posting and you're overthinking it. I said all that. Stop caring about shit that doesn't matter. Hashtags, posting times, what you're wearing, perfect lighting. What you're saying, that's the only thing that actually matters. And then they push back, but Ryan, you have a team, you have resources, so I'm proving them wrong live. And that was kind of the premise. I don't know if anybody actually said this to me at the event. Luis, did they actually say this? Did they actually push back and say, but you have a team?
They did not.
They did not actually say. This is called marketing. You know, this is called getting your message out there. But I do get this a lot when it comes to, and you guys are probably thinking it, yes, it's easy to put out high volume content if you have multiple editors and a team to help you film, post, edit, and do all those things. It is easier. If I had the help of Luis and Dre posting and all I did was film, I would have crushed 200 videos without a problem. It was the fact that I did every single job in my company repeatedly for 24 hours. And Dre made it a point to know that, and the posters, Suzanne was also here as well, they both post videos, a lot of videos for the company, how horrible the act of posting videos manually is. I hear you, Dre. You're thinking about it. He's over there, he's like, Because that's one of those jobs about content that it's a thankless job, but in my opinion, there are no automated softwares that do it well. Some of them work some of the time, they don't work all the time, and with the level of accounts, I get a lot of pushback for saying not to use automated softwares, but we manage Grant and Elena Cardone's accounts, and the last thing I would ever want to happen with them or me and my company is an automated software messes up their account somehow. Yeah, you try having that phone call. I don't want it. So I will put somebody in place to do that manually, because right now, I trust the posters. So on December 6th, I'm filming 200 videos in 24 hours. Sorry about that rant, went a little off tangent there. No team, no fancy equipment, just me, my phone, and a mic to prove that making content is easy. And I still believe that. I think everyone overcomplicates content. And then here's the deal, I'm giving you my file tracking spreadsheet, 5 frameworks that build my AI tools I use for 10 million views, live access to a full 24-hour experiment, all of it free. And then comment 200 BTS. And this it was 53,000 views on this carousel. And as you can see, there's like 300 comments. This drove 120 or so emails straight from this one singular post. Luis, how long did it take you to make that? Realistically, the carousel. Took him about an hour to make. And I think it was because he was trying to vibe code a carousel generator, which we may or may not have in the future. No pressure, Luis.
Just wait till you see the carousel I just made.
Yeah, he made a carousel for me. We've been working on a carousel generator because right now, if you just focused on content to get a lot of reach and you use carousels to sell people, I'm not going to say that's a really, really bulletproof strategy, but it's a pretty good strategy. So yeah, this was the carousel. So let's see with the chat. And again, we posted it. It was like 10 slides, and it crushed. It did well. And then Ali actually collabed with it, so I reached her audience because it was at her event. The only downside to that was carousels right now actually make money. I think that would have made a little bit of money from Instagram. I mean, last month I made 47 cents from Instagram and got like 6 million views. So I would not quit your job for Instagram real revenue at all. But it would have been cool to see. But because it was a collab, it didn't pay me. Instagram always finds a way to take your money. But yeah, so back over here. Let's see if we got any questions. Love Watch 24 Hours, learned a lot. Thank you, Courtney. The HEM framework is hobbies and interests, experience or expertise, and mastery. And what I mean by that is if you're gonna post 100 videos and you're trying to get reach, like 60 to 70 of your videos should be around hobbies and interests, things that interest you or hobbies. And then, what was it, 60, so now we have 40 left. I would do 20 that are experience-based and then like 10 to 15 that are mastery-based, or mess with the numbers so they equal 100. That way you're getting a good mix. I don't know if I hit those numbers perfectly while filming the 115 videos that I did, because at some point I don't even know what I was saying. And that was probably around 2 a.m. But we were actually looking forward to Starbucks opening at 5 a.m. That was like, that really kept us going. Except for Fitzy, he still fell asleep standing up. I'm never gonna let him live that down. I'm never gonna let you live that down.
We were slacking on the fit snacks too, so.
The fit snacks? Well, we ordered pizza.
One pizza that we, no, 2 pizzas.
You ate like 7 slices of pizza, Fitzy. 7. I had 1 slice because I didn't want to slow down. But anyways, this is where the video started. So I was trying to do roughly 7 to 10 videos in a different set or different angles, and I was trying to change every 7 to 10 videos to keep some variety on the feed. But as you can see, obviously I was posting them immediately, so it's like it had little sections. So if you, once the stream becomes public, if you want to go back to each film session, you can kind of match my outfits, and the set on the stream, which I'll probably categorize that. We'll use AI or something to put chapters in the stream, but it's probably gonna take a while because it's 24 hours long. But yeah, this was set 1. I announced the challenge, 4,600, 4,600. Unhinged things I've done in my business to get clients, 2,900. Unhinged things I've done to grow my business. That was kind of a series that I was like, oh, this sounds fun. And I've seen a few of those videos do very, very well. Is it illegal to sneak into a business conference? That one actually was technically an outlier at the beginning with 9,400 views. Then I switched sets and shirts. And I went over here. This set didn't perform that well. I don't know if it was just, who knows? Again, I'm trying, for these, I would encourage you not to get attached to your videos. Like you're just making videos and, posting them. You're not like, this is like a version 1. Like if any of these videos that did good, then I would go back and make a version 2, version 3, maybe try to do it with a camera, maybe try to do it, say it on a podcast. Like it's, once you see something that gets views, say it a lot in different ways, because it might work again, or it might work even better. So yeah, this was the second set. I turned down 250K, immediately went broke. Video editors use pictures and B-roll wrong. Video editors do B-roll wrong. And then I did some videos on the spot from people in the chat. This is how a custom home builder should make content. Editing in the Instagram app does not get you more views. That was a chat question. How to make more money from a team of video editors. That was a chat question. Then I went off on a tangent about Skechers and why they suck. They do. I'm trying to convince Fitzy to get rid of them because he was the inspiration of that. But I thought that video would do better. Maybe it just, I sounded too polarizing in it, or sounded like a jerk. I don't know. Controversial take, business brand is about accounts suck. Most people's biggest financial mistake. Financial videos tend to hit pretty hard in a lot of cases. Now again, we're by the time I got to financial, I was already, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was 15 videos in, So most people's biggest financial mistake is a car. That did, 7,000. How much men should care how they dress. I had higher hopes for the fashion stuff. That one didn't really work. 10K clients, and I'll have this in common. I used to have a YouTube channel. That was like a past business. Penny boards are not real skateboards, 6,000. I had higher hopes for that one. Still, again, these videos could take off later. We don't know. And that happens all the time. Videos that are posted for a while just tend to take off 30 days, 40 days, 60 days. You never actually know. Then I had the first breakthrough video, which is the Porsche Cayenne, a luxury dad car. I've made many videos about my Porsche Cayenne. It has a lift with 33-inch tires, and I always seem to do well. So that was like 27.7K. I think people should buy cars to impress people. That was a controversial take. 3,000 didn't do that well. Your car will not fall apart at 100,000 miles. Another car video. Cars were a bucket for me. I think women should judge men by the size of their car payment. If I'm going to spend $3K a month, it might as well be a Lamborghini, 6,000. So I mean, naturally the car videos, as you can see. Now again, I don't know if I was experiencing suppression at this point of like how many videos I was posting back to back. That could have been taking a factor at play. I don't know. But again, they got views, they didn't flop. Like if there was a problem with my account and they didn't like the volume, it would have been like 200 views, 300 views, 400 views. It would have been seriously suppressed. And that never happened. We had some get lower, but that never actually happened. You should wash your car every week. A man should wash your car every week. This one, I don't know. At some of the videos I was just posting, I was trying my best to edit them. And when I say edit, I was just trimming the front, trimming the end. And at one point I was watching the file back to see if I needed to cut anything out. I basically stopped doing that because it was taking so long to upload, and I was like, this is gonna kill my average even more. At one point I just stopped subtitles altogether, and I was just doing a title box on every single video. As you see here, my skateboard fall that the entire team happened to catch from multiple different angles. Thanks, guys. Except for the one, I did actually land it the first time, and Zach saw it, but Fitzy was messing with the camera and managed to miss the only one I landed of 6, and then I fell, and well, we exploited that because we thought it would be funny. Then I did the Mio video, 25K. I did another Mio video, 2.5K. Having a kid will force you to get your shit together, 10K. I didn't let my daughter go to Walmart until she was 7, 19K. So this set right here, like this set did significantly better than all the rest. All the videos in here got significantly higher views than the rest. So I know now I have that set, that angle worked. Again, constantly learning from the content you're making and continually trying to make it better to get, just utilizing what works. So these were outliers. This whole batch was outliers. So who knows, these could take off later. But this is a good indicator that, well, one, I'm wearing a camo shirt. I had my ATTN hat, which if you guys want to buy a hat, I have limited supply. There's a link in the description. They're 40 bucks. I'm not going to be making any more until the next Attention Summit. So, which I am doing another summit here next year early. I don't know when yet. I'll be figuring that out. But again, yeah, here's another 7K, 13K. This whole batch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And to get all these 10 videos done, I think it probably took me 20 minutes, and then it was the rest of the hour probably editing and uploading. But this is a lot to crank these out. It was not hard. And that's an iPhone on a MagSafe tripod, which I have right here somewhere, just so you guys, the gear list is all there's a link in the description to download all the stuff I use. But this was the MagSafe tripod I used, which was a Ulanzi tripod. I don't know if I need to disclose their affiliate links, but the $2 I might make per tripod is not going to change my life whatsoever. Then I switched to the set here. Again, we had most of the videos were coming in at 3,000 to 5,000 views, but at first they were at like 1,000. So I was getting suppressed early on. Like this was a live we did at 789. I wanted to go live, and Zach was revealing the numbers. But within the first hour, we already had over 100,000 views. So that was a quick 100K views, kind of. Crumble cookie review, we thought that would do better. We ordered crumble cookies to have for that video, so they were here. And I did eat them all the next day, every last one of them. Because I didn't eat it on the stream because it was going to mess with my energy. Then we had, I was sitting here editing. We filmed a couple more videos. I did the best copywriting book. This set right here, where I switched into the red and I went back over to this is like my Iron Man set. I don't know, it gives me Tony Stark vibes with the lights in the back. These are the videos that these would have been mastery videos for me in my classification, and I really had high hopes for these. I thought they would do better. You know, this one did good at 8,000, so this is the only outlier here. So if I'm ever going to teach something from stage, I know that this is the one I need to focus on, and this was the 3 types of content that you should do. And then I tried the same thing in a POV format to mix in styles. Then I did a couple green screens. One did 7K. At this point, I think I was blacked out, not really knowing what was going on. Then I call it this is in the morning now, and by midnight, I think we only had, you remember the videos we had by midnight? It was like 40 by midnight, right?
Yeah. I just had an idea, like, you could have went back and did like remixes of the working videos already.
Yeah, Fitzy just said I could have gone back to the 2 or 3 that were outperforming and done more variations of those. But again, I think we were tired of starting to...
The brain didn't work well.
The brain was not firing 100% after midnight, you know, which I knew was going to happen. I kind of factored that in. And then, yeah, another batch here was just me sitting in a chair. And again, I never actually used the microphone that I said I was going to use. I ended up using this little plug-in Type-C Sennheiser microphone that just plugs in, and it's like a little like lavalier mic. This thing's awesome for 60 bucks. I have 3 of them. It clips you if you want. You can hold it. But this thing, I used it the entire time. I never actually used a wireless mic because it was slow. It was much faster for me to just plug this in and go. Fun fact there. Links to it in the description if you want to get all the stuff I used. And then, yeah, boom. This batch, I had one stop using automated posting softwares. I knew that was going to kind of trigger people. Then I went back to the whiteboard, really tried on these videos, and they all shit the bed. Then I did a stitch about drinking. Did 5,000 views, so not too bad. Underrated weight. Then I switched here, another outfit. And as you can see, like these are very simple videos to make. And none of this one got 19K on unspoken rule when it comes to bottle service. Bottle service videos tend to do well for me. And making friends videos tend to do well for me. Then I was really starting to struggle, so I phoned a friend and I called Adley. And I recorded my conversation with her, or at least a bit of it. This was one of the videos that didn't hit my 30-second minimum because she just said like a 16-second video perfect. And I didn't think it needed to be any longer. Then I was getting tired. This is right at the end when I was trying to, get out. I wanted to get over 100. Like I got over 100 and I was like, I wanted to see how far I could go. So there was like no subtitles or anything on these videos and I was just talking. They didn't do that well without a title box. Regrettably, I should have put a title box on these. But I didn't. It is what it is. And then I had these 2 left over. Don't take pictures with your favorite internet celebrity, 23K. And then this is the last video. And I was just like, at the end, what I was doing for speed was I had videos on this phone that I hadn't posted yet. So it was about 10 or 15 here. And I had about 20 on my personal phone. I was editing the video, exporting it, and then uploading it to Instagram, putting the phone down, going to the other phone, exporting, editing it, exporting, uploading it. And I was switching back and forth from phones, which was arguably the most effective strategy. Had I done that the whole time, I might have gotten all my videos out, but I was still running into the posting time. So that was all the videos. Let's go to the chat here, guys. Is this helpful for everybody? Is this valuable? Again, keep me hyped here. Ryan Piano asks, how do you come up with the topics that the clients are going to talk about? Same way I do for myself. We figure out what buckets that they should operate from, and we go from there. Most clients don't have high volume filming experience. I say most. Most of the clients that you guys might work with, they need more practice on the actual volume of filming, more so than like the production. People like a Cardone, I work with a lot of higher level influencers. They're usually very good speakers. They just need direction. So usually with a hook or a topic, and they can just rip. And we just kind of come to them with 100 or so topics, and we just kind of go. And then we're there as directors to kind of guide them with guardrails. Say more of this, or explain this more, do this. And then we get a file, and then then that goes to my team. It's structured, edited, exported, and then we post it. Are these DIY style of content implementable with clients? I think they are. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't be. See, the difference with this style of content is I'm not banking on the editing being the selling point of my service. Like, I never have since the beginning. It's we get millions of views for you. If you want reach and exposure, that's what we do. If you're competing on pretty and fancy edits, you will always have a scaling problem. You will never be able to get enough editors to keep the style of video of like that you have created or that you do like to scale, because it takes time to edit the videos. And that's we're in an age right now where it's just getting harder than you do fancy stuff. So again, if you're competing on edits, it's a race to the bottom, because AI is going to wipe that out. But AI is not going to wipe out good speakers, or people that can get a message out quickly. And I hope I inspired people to be able to do that, because that's what this was about. Like, take out your phone, talk. Hit record on the camera, talk. You only need editors if you're a horrible speaker. If you're a good speaker, you don't need to edit yourself, or the editors need to edit you. And with the apps, you can put fancy captions on it quickly. You can add a title box. And I think that there's the more it looks fancy and polished, it looks like an ad. It looks like something somebody's going to sell. And that is not what you want. If your video looks like that, it's very hard to get reach unless you're putting money behind it. And I know a lot of content coaches that do that, and they'll probably never tell you that. Let's see. Luis, great. Luis, you're getting love on the carousel. Oh, he saw that. But yeah, so that is kind of the every video. And now we can kind of go to my TikTok. Show you guys that, because that's horrible. So as you can see, we stopped posting on TikTok at one point because it just wasn't worth it anymore. But I want to show you guys some analytics. And I don't know, hold on, sorry guys, I need to delete some stuff here so you can see it. Oh, infinity screen. So this is a screenshot. Once you see it, hang on guys, I should have. Finding my other screenshot here. Okay. So give it a second to load, because you guys got a little bit of a lag. Hey Dre, can you give me a cup of ice from upstairs? Can you give me a cup of ice from upstairs?
Yeah.
Or just grab the cup by the trash can right there. I have a Red Bull. So the screenshot here on the right with the arrow, this is my main TikTok account. And as you can see, on August 29th, 2025, there was a significant drop in the performance of my account. And up until that, I had gotten 23 million views. So it's safe to say my content was working with 23 million views. My Instagram has way more than that. Instagram has been responding to my content for the last year much better than TikTok. For sake of time and volume, I didn't change up my styles specifically for TikTok. We still kind of kept posting the same content everywhere, which is, what I still recommend most people do. If you have a problem like this, or you have a client that has a problem like this, you're in a different category now. As you see, it's like a huge cliff here. So I started doing some research with ChatGPT. I asked it, was there a big TikTok update on August 29th? And there was, that exact day. TikTok changed their algorithm to more or less want to put people into categories. What they call it, I don't really remember the name of it, but it was a significant drop, as you can see from my analytics. So the categories, meaning my account was built off broad viral content on TikTok, even more so than Instagram, because I don't really post anything on TikTok that isn't really designed to get reach. But because a lot of my stuff is street interviews, and then I have a lot of yaps and talking head videos that did well, TikTok kind of just doesn't know where to fit me. I didn't fall into a category. And based on that August 29th update, well, you can see my views tanked. Now, we saw this before the experiment, and I was looking at it the same way I am right now. And I decided to let's see if 200 videos would brute force my way back into getting views. And in this case, it failed. The analytics over here on the left, this is a brand new account that's about 50 days old. We've been posting one video a day on it, the same videos like that we're going over here, and that one's at 607,000 views, and it's getting a minimum of 1K view per video. So this account right now, it's at Ryan Asks on TikTok, if anybody wants to check that out. This is now the account where my street interviews are going to live. I needed to, thanks Trey, I needed to separate my interviews from my actual content. So now I have a secondary account that we're doing that. We're building that right now. We're gonna start experimenting with it a little bit. But all the advice that I, ChatGPT from the data that I kind of deciphered is that my main TikTok account is done. So I should not post on it for 90 days, then slowly start posting on it again and see if I can't put myself into a category. And what it means by category, it needs to recognize your face. And a lot of my bigger videos are street interviews. There's multiple faces in the video, so it was having a hard time categorizing me. The Ryan Asked account is solely an interview account, so it falls under a street interview account, so it's easy to categorize, which is why you're seeing the views do better. So moving forward, I don't really have a plan yet for my new main TikTok account. We're with another person, it's going on Ryan Asks. I'm still trying to figure out the game plan for my new main TikTok. But Instagram is the exact opposite. According to all the data that I could uncover through ChatGPT and Perplexity and a lot of other softwares, Instagram is recognizing individual creators and more personality-based creators, which means Instagram knows it's me and my face, so it's just my content. So then the content either does good or does bad or does better or worse based on that. TikTok is solely not, it's like they've kind of gone away from focusing on the creator and it's more about the individual pieces of content, but they have to fall into categories. Again, I don't work at TikTok. This is all hypothetical, but this data coincides with a lot of things I've been seeing. So, and again, I would urge you guys to read your data. I wish I would have made some changes back in August to maybe make this better. I don't know, but I thought I could brute force my way through it and I could not. So that's why, based on my TikTok views and my Instagram shorts or my YouTube shorts views, I thought I would have no problem getting a few million views on Instagram, a few million views on TikTok, a few million views on YouTube Shorts to hit my 10 million view goal. And as we can see, that didn't happen. So I'm not perfect, but yeah, that's kind of the TikTok situation right now. Let's see. But yeah, the Ryan Asks is for street interviews and things of that nature. Sue said posters rule. Yes, they do. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Don't really have much else to share on that and I will be, that's kind of the purpose of the streams now. Every week, you guys can see what I'm doing, but I'm also going to talk about other stuff, cultural stuff. It's kind of like my little show on the internet, which I've never had before. So, yeah. That was the stream. Louis, am I forgetting anything that they think they should know, or?
From the stream?
From the stream aspect.
You did the new marketing that's going to be next year.
Yeah, so a prediction that I've kind of come to, which is what you see me acting out and what I just did. I think moving to 2026, live stream type of events are going to be a norm. I mean, you saw Hermosi do it with his 100 million view book launch. Arguably, it's hard to say that was not very successful with the amount of money that he made and the amount of people that he had on it. But he has a huge following too. Mine is significantly smaller than that. So I think this is good data for what somebody could expect from we'll call it an average size creator. I don't know. I mean, hard to know what is average, below average, mid, whatever. But with my current follower base, I was able to generate 2,000 people to come through a stream. And it was 24 hours. Is it more condensed and it was like maybe a 2-hour challenge that might have done better, like as far as getting more people on for that whole time. But I mean, I did an entire 3-day event called the Attention Summit that roughly 200 people showed up for. I mean, but that was 200 people over the course of 3 days. I had 2,000 people show up for 15 minutes on the stream. You know, more immersion is usually better for money. The more you can keep people watching you, whether it be in multiple short form videos, one long form video, really at the end of the day, it's about attention and then holding somebody's attention for an extended period of time so that they fall in love with you, AKA they like your stuff and they want, you know, they vibe with you. And, you know, but I don't think you have to do those always. Like there was nothing really being sold on the stream. You know, if anybody bought a hat, cool, you know, links in the description. But it wasn't like a selling event. It was more a display of expertise and credibility. And I think moving forward, the more you guys can show you doing the things that you do to get paid for, I think the better off you're gonna be. And then it's always marketing material after. Like if I wanted to, you know, sell the rapid video creation experience, which is in, you know, with this style of video, now I can say that I can predictably, you know, we'll say after 30 days, you know, run the numbers again. At the pace, it should hit over 1 million views. It might even, you know, plateau in 3 months and get 3 to 5 million views. I don't know. I have to keep going back and checking those videos. But that is very valuable. For somebody to buy even 600 or 700,000 views or whatever it was, you know, that I got throughout, you know, it was over 1 million if you count the promotion of it. So to buy 1 million views would have cost me, I think it's, you know, roughly $1,000 for 1 million views on ads, and it might be even 2,000 now. So if I did the calculator, so we'll say $1,500 for every 1 million views. If you wanted to buy that exposure, you know, it's 1,500. You know, so it would cost you, you know, was it 50? I just lost my train of thought. Either way, you know, it would cost, you know, a couple $1,000s to generate the views that I just did with hard work, you know, and volume of posting, plus they're there forever instead of putting all your money into one video. Like all those videos will continue to get views. And even at the lowest of low numbers, 500,000, if over the next 90 days, it's worth it. You know, so I would encourage you guys to look at attention and views from that perspective. So, but yeah, I think that's, so utilize live streaming. And I think if you were thinking about starting a podcast, I would encourage you to do a live stream every week. It's working for a lot of people. Hermosi's doing it. Dave Ramsey's been doing it for a long time. I know Cody Sanchez started doing it. I'm starting to do it. I mean, some of the most popular people love him or hate him right now. Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, you know, like a lot of the streamers, like live is kind of where it's at. And it's a display of authenticity and expertise without editing. And once you get over the tech hurdles to start, I think it's, you know, would you say it's pretty easy? Like
Live streaming, a little bit complicated,
yeah,
but technically easy. You can make it easy, but you,
yeah. So I'm setting, this is like my live stream set. I'm trying to make it easy that if I don't have a client or anybody in here working with me in my studio, this is gonna stay set up. And regardless where I am in the world, if I have a tripod with my camera, and if I'm traveling, it's usually for a client, and I will have my tripod and my camera. I have all my cables, everything's set up. I can live stream from anywhere, you know, for any amount of time, anywhere I am. And will the quality be as nice as hopefully it looks for you guys right now? Probably not, but you know, I'm set up on a thing called Speedify, which Fitzy got me hooked up on, which should keep the stream quality high. It's very easy to create content. And then if anybody wants to clip it, they could. So it gives you a long form piece of content to clip and then go grow your empire even more from that. Yeah, Cordy said I liked your YouTube therapy. I also started YouTube therapy sessions. I actually filmed a 17-minute one the other day, like when I was like really run down on Monday, but I was so run down that I was out of focus the entire 17 minutes. So I did not post that one. Little more energetic today, but yeah. So I'm gonna
talk some live Diddy and all like real life stuff.
Right now, what do you want to know about Diddy?
The documentary is crazy.
It is. I heard.
Have you watched it?
Man, I don't know if I'm more enthralled by that or the whole Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk situation, but
Both good.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be getting anybody canceled talking about it. So, but if you want to know the effectiveness of 5 days a week live streaming, just look at Candace Owens' account. From a sheer views perspective, she's pulling 1 million views a stream right now. She does 1 hour Monday through Friday. I think it's at like from 3 to 4 p.m. or so. I don't know. But yes, it is very controversial, and she's definitely putting herself out there. That's for sure. But definitely something to take note on from a content creator perspective. And I would encourage you guys to look at that from all angles. Look at the politic world is very emotional based. So you can get an insight into people and their emotions by looking at what politicians are doing to make you mad, happy, or sad. And they do it well. That is the case. So, but either way, if anybody in the chat wants to ask questions, I'm here for you guys. I mean, if nobody's asking me questions, I'll end the stream shortly. If not, it's up to you guys. I'm not going to stream the stream, but I'm stream the stream. Courtney said, I refuse to read Chaos, her favorite book, because I don't need to be pushed over the edge with my government distrust. Totally feel that. You got to be careful what you put into your brain and what you watch. It gets a little cloudy. But yeah, I think that was all the stats from the stream. Did I add anything?
What would you do different though?
Fitzy asked what I would do different from the stream. I don't know. I've been trying to ask myself this. The only thing I really could have done different would be to activate the team to help me.
What are you trying to say there?
Stop trying to be Tony Stark.
Huh?
Stop trying to be Tony Stark and just do it alone.
Yeah, I mean, but if I didn't do it alone, I don't know. Do you think we would have gotten more volume?
Alone?
Like posted all the videos? Yeah. Louise said that we definitely would have hit the 200 if it wasn't me doing it. We don't know if we would have hit other problems though. Louise, the posting.
We got 8 phones.
Dre said we got 8 phones.
How many hands? All you would have had to do is film.
Yeah, if I was just filming, like hypothetically, let's say I had 3 phones. Let's say I filmed 10 videos with this phone, handed that to Dre. 10 minutes with this, 10 minutes with my personal phone, handed it to Luis. 10 minutes with another phone, handed it to Savannah. 10 minutes with another phone, and then I did it. That would have been far superior to get the volume. And that's what I would do if I did it again. But from your guys' perspective, the audience, you have to have people to help you. And you guys aren't cheap.
I am.
No, you're not. But let's see what we got. Cole the Connector said, can we please go over Instagram carousel again? Yes, I can touch on that for a minute.
I just made one for you.
Bellinger Trading said, hey Ryan, congrats on the 24-hour challenge. Sticking with it. Thank you. Awake Abroad, Jasmina said, why don't you batch film, batch edit, batch post? That's a good question. So I was batch filming. I started the challenge with, I wanted to film, edit, post, film, edit, post, film, edit, post. Only because seeing all the files on the phone got confusing. Because the original workflow was I'd film 10 videos in one set, one outfit. Then I was going to, edit the videos and then move on to the next, and then post those videos, move on to the next. But when I started film editing, posting, I started noticing, then I was back up a little bit. Before I went to post it to Instagram, I was also airdropping those files, the raw file and the edited file to Luis, and then Dre as well, so they could get it to the other platforms. That was then taking time with the airdropping, as well on top of the problem of uploading to Instagram. if you don't have AirDrop and you're an Android guy, I don't know how you would do that. But that started taking time. But then when I was batching, like the 10 videos, when you batch, it kind of looks like, actually let me turn this phone on and I'll show you guys.
Do 15 reels right now.
No, I'm not filming for a little bit. I'm taking a break. Cole, what questions did you have specifically on the carousel so I make sure I can cover those for you? Hang on, my phone just turned on. So, let me see if you guys can see this. I'm gonna put it closer. So if you see at the top, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 videos that I didn't edit from this phone, or 8 actually, if you count the one at the top. But when you click on it, open it into the Edits app, the video that you're working on stays at the top, and then when you export out of the Edits app, the new version, like with no subtitles or anything on it, is at the bottom. And that's what I was doing. So I was taking the raw file, I was trimming the ends, taking anything out that I wanted, exporting that, then taking the same file, adding a title box, putting captions on it, and then exporting that. It was like, so I had one file, the original raw file at the top, and then 2 more at the bottom. And if I did that with multiple videos, because it was like faster, and then I went to, it got really confusing looking at all the files on my phone. And that was, so I really had to control that. As, you know, at one point I had like 30 videos on the phone, and it just got hard to kind of process, and also factor in I was getting tired. So I wasn't as sharp. So Malik Brand asked, how much Red Bull did I drink that day? I like to think I did a pretty good job at my caffeine, food, and stimulus intake. I bought a 12 pack of the 8-ounce Red Bulls prior to the stream starting, and there was still 5 left over when it ended. I did have a coffee at 5 a.m. and multiple waters, and I think a couple Mountain Dew Zeros, because Zach brought in some 0-calorie sodas. So if I had to factor in my caffeine intake, do you think I eclipsed 2,000 milligrams?
No.
No, because the Red Bulls each are 80 each. The coffee, so it's 80 times, we'll say I drank 7 is like 540. Yeah, 8 times 7 is 54, right? Yeah, I got that right. I can calculate that, just for the fact checkers out there. So yeah, it was 8 times 7. Yeah, 56, sorry. So 560 milligrams of Red Bull for caffeine. 1 venti iced coffee, which is about 300 milligrams of caffeine. So that was 560, 667, 860. I think the Mountain Dews have like 50 milligrams each or something, very minimal in the amount. Let's say it was 100 for that. So that was like 1,000 milligrams there. As far as 6 milligram Alp nicotine pouches, I went through a whole pouch of 20 throughout the day, which, you know, or 24 hours. Food, I had 2 pints of liquid egg whites, so 100 grams of protein there, 1 slice of Cappy's pizza, multiple vegan cookies that were actually really good that Zach's wife made for us, and some like vegan, I stole Savannah's cookie at one point. I thought she was giving it to me and I ate the whole thing. Blacked out, I was tired. And then I had a whole sleeve of rice cakes. And I think that was it. And then like a few bites of the crumble cookies. I didn't eat any of the crumble cookies other than the bites I took on camera. So yeah. So that was pretty solid. I think I did pretty good. My energy was good all the way through to the end. As good as it could have been. I probably could have done a little more protein, but I was also worried because if I eat heavy, I collapse. Oh, I did have Starbucks egg bites with my coffee, but I only ate 1 of them because at that point I just did not want to eat. And that was at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's see, Cole said, what format is best for the carousels? First slide hook, second slide video, or static slides, nobody. So the format is just the 1080 by 1080 square, right, Luis? Or no, what's the? Yeah, the aspect ratio is 10. Yeah, so make sure they're all, either do all picture or I don't know if I would do video for the carousel. At least not, that didn't perform for, we haven't tested the video one yet. But the slides definitely worked. Because I even did a slide of my CrossFit competition and I wrote training for 200 video challenge in the caption. And that drove email addresses too. And it was like 6 pictures, 4 or 5 pictures. I think the pictures are a good thing for the carousels. If a lot of your content is video, it makes sense to have some carousels that are pictures because it's the opposite. So it'll stick out on the feed too. So that I would kind of, but yeah, the first slide was nothing more than a hook. And then it was like a transition slide. And then like, you know, the meat of it, but the meat of the carousel or like the information, you know, that's kind of what information are you trying to, I would still keep it on one point. The whole point of that slide was to say that content is easy. You don't need fancy equipment, hashtags or any of that. So we kind of kept that pretty, you know, pretty condensed. And how many slides was that one, Luis? Do you know?
I want to say 10.
That one was 10 slides. So, and then the last one was a straight call to action. And then in the caption, it was a call to action as well.
See the carousel I just made?
No, I haven't looked at it. Luis just made a carousel.
On Instagram.
Do you want to come tell him what you just made? I can pull it up.
Not yet.
Okay, he doesn't want to explain it yet. Maybe next week's stream.
But you can watch it if you want to review it.
All right, let's. People be asking. That is right. Let me go to my screen share a little bit. I didn't know we were posting a carousel slide right now.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew, Luis said. So.
Where are they? I don't see the carousels.
If you're on the Reels tab.
Big one.
Oh, it's a cartoon one. Oh, that's exciting.
You wanna, like,
So we have a cartoon. The best ROI I've ever seen came from a party. Meet Eddie. He dropped over 100K in a single night in Vegas. Was he crazy? And this is Eddie Malouf for you guys. If you don't follow Eddie, you should. No, it was strategic. You had to apply, prove your income, and adhere to a strict dress code. I shared this as a video on the stream. Did you use the video for the transcript, Luis?
I just put the transcript of the video.
Okay, so Luis took the transcript of the video, and it made this carousel.
And an image of you and Eddie.
Hey, it even has my my brain light bulb tattoo.
Yeah.
So
I've been working on a carousel maker.
Luis has been working on a carousel maker. He forced people to level up just to get through the door. He did. I had to wear a suit. Inside, open bar, ice sculptures, fire dancers, incredible DJ, and a curated experience. That is 100% true. I flew 30 hours just to be there for 30 hours. That was a little obnoxious.
You wrote that that was in the script?
I didn't fly 30. It was Tampa to Vegas, bro. But hey, doesn't have to be perfect, guys.
You probably said people flew like 30 hours or something.
Yeah, some people did.
Like, Gemini did the copy.
Yeah, and I was just with Eddie a few nights ago prior to the stream, and he said people are still talking about that party, wondering when he's going to do another one again. Eddie's the ROI on that party was better than any ad he's ever run. The formula: make it exclusive, invest heavily, create an unforgettable experience. That's kind of what we tried to do on the stream as well. Stop running boring ads, start throwing legendary parties, and then I love that. And you got me you could have put an espresso martini in there, Luis. It didn't have to be a dirty martini.
It's about execution.
But point being is, this carousel's out. You know, should have put a call to action in there, Luis.
It says follow with a little letter.
Oh, it says follow for more marketing secrets. But point being, you know, if you're posting 30, 60, 90 videos a month and you post 10 carousels a month, it's a good diversity and it's more content out there. And different people read versus watch videos. Or the people that watch videos also, reading hits different. You know, that is 100% true. Yeah, oh, Cole said I meant that I was in Vegas for only 30 hours, and I did say that. Yeah, I was. I think it was like 28 hours.
I just copied the transcript, put it in there, and reverse on the copy.
Luis is blaming AI right now.
Yeah.
But even still,
People about it.
for all they know, I live in Australia now. Thanks, Luis. Not Florida. But yeah, so that's like carousels, and that, you know, all in all, it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. Fitzy, would you do it again with me?
I will do it again with
Fitzy would do it again.
Yeah, I would do it differently this time though.
What would you do differently, Fitzy?
First off, I would highly do like a street view live stream.
A street view?
You know, like on the street.
Yeah, Fitzy wants me to go
hit downtown.
hit downtown St. Petersburg and do a live IRL in real life stream where I'm street interviewing people in real time, which does sound exciting and we'll probably end up doing. Malik said, I do think it would be smart to make a carousel and a reel out of your best videos because then you're getting twice as much content. Absolutely. Anytime something works, exploit it. As many times as you can until it doesn't work again. That's why I'm still making car videos.
That's probably the best lesson right there.
I make car videos, I make street racing videos, I make financial videos,
Why
5-inch
do you
short.
not do like the million view videos that you know that work?
Fitzy asked, why did I do the million view videos that I knew that worked? I did a bunch of them.
Okay.
But, you know, since none of my team wanted to help me,
You said you did not need help.
Well, he's not allowed to have help in that challenge.
Fitzy was the only person adhering me to my own rules that I made up.
Yeah. If you had listened to Vince in the
Hey,
beginning,
all you guys were doing was eating pizza.
yeah, I was trying to hold you accountable the first 2 hours. That didn't work.
On YouTube.
Yep. But we also started a brand new TikTok account and started posting the videos immediately. And that got flagged, what, in like 3-4 videos?
Nah, it's like the first.
The first video, it was just like duplicate content. So
And I had to change them and still didn't work.
Courtney said, I'll stage myself downtown for an interview. Y'all just text me when and where. Luis, did the email go out?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. But yeah, so would I do it again? Yes. Would I do it differently? Absolutely. I hope if the processing ever finishes, I can't wait to send it to Guinness to see what they say. Even if they decline me for anything, I think it's going to be funny.
They're like, that's all right.
So let's check the chat. Chat.
Everybody.
What is the little star things?
So that's Gemini's watermark.
What?
Because I made it with Gemini.
Oh, I'm not on the carousel. I was talking on the chat. What do these things mean?
That they're you can go with the mouse on it, and they're I think they did super
Probably
chats,
like YouTube's AI.
Oh, nice.
and they're like top dogs.
Woo! Appreciate everybody for commenting.
And then the emojis.
The emojis, the fire emojis. Fire. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. But I do think it's gonna, I won't know the true results of it for probably another month, maybe 2-3 months after. Because that's how the hurricane was too. It like lingered for months. And actually something I'll show you guys that's interesting as well. Let me pull this up on my phone. Let's see. So another indicator at like the high volume is this. Hang on, guys. So Instagram has a feature called monthly recap. And I'm gonna share my screen here. This is my personal phone. So this is all your months broken down. And in May is when I had the Attention Summit last year. And for the Attention Summit is when, like prior to that, trial reels was like the new thing on Instagram. And they were allowing you to post like up to, was it 25 times a day, Luis?
What was that?
What was the most you could post on trial reels? 20 times a day when it started?
Used to be. Now I would do 5 max.
Well, now, yeah. So when trial reels first started, you could post 20 times a day. So Luis took it upon himself to go into my account and start posting all of my best performing videos. Like anything that got 1 million views, anything that got 500,000 views, and we started reposting the trial reels. And you'll see in April, I had 3.1 million views, and I shared 76 reels. Then we'll go to May, which is the month of trial reels. We got 8.2 million views, and we posted 216 reels. Then in June, we had our highest month of 10 million views, and 157 reels were posted, so less than 216. And then in July, we hit another big month at 6.9 million with 84 reels shared. August, another 7.1 with 71 reels shared. So posting less, but the number, excuse me guys, but the numbers are staying solid from that burst. September, 6 million views, 91 reels shared. So it took all the way until September for that burst in May to kind of start declining. And then we had October, 4.7 million views with 92 reels shared. And then we had November, 4.4 million views with 79 reels shared. So and then we have last week, December, so now it's showing you by the week. Oh, I don't know. I shared content 208 weeks in a row. Yay for consistency. Last week you shared 130 reels in one post. That's pretty cool. I'm going to screenshot that. But yeah, your views are way up, so that's pretty cool. But I don't think that I'm going to see the benefits of this until the next few months after, which based on what happened in May, that should hold true.
Do some roasts for social. You can go on their phone and, if somebody wants some.
Do what now?
The Super Chat account review, if you want to.
Yeah, if anybody wants me to, oh, thanks, Galel. If anybody wants me to review their account, feel free to drop it in the, if you Super Chat it, I might get more excited, but being that I'm talking to myself sometimes here, give me something to do. Ryan Piano asks, how many people / what positions do you need on your team as a content agency? Good question. I think you definitely need you to run the content agency. And hypothetically, I would need to ask you more questions about like how much money or how many clients are you trying to work with versus like how much money do you want to make? Because the more important question is how much money do you want to make? Because if you say I want to have a $100K a month content agency, or for this video, if you want to make $1 million your content agency, you need to be making a minimum of $80,000 a month. Depending on what you're charging for clients, the average content agency right now, oh, my screen just went away. The average content agency right now charges about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. So we'll do an average of $3,500. Oops, I just deleted my calculator. So if you had a content agency, you wanted to make $1 million, so we'll say $80,000 a month, because $83,333 is $1 million a year. If you didn't know that, you should know that math. 8,000, 80,000. We divide 80,000 divided by 3,500 average. You need 22 clients. So, and if you have a base package, let's say that you are editing 1 reel a day, so you're selling daily reels, 30 videos, you need an editor, an average editor should be able to edit, what was an average, like 3 to 4 a day, you guys think? How many, like an average editor? Well, Cole, I guess, or Ryan, I should ask you, how many, if you have an editor, how many are you editing per day? We'll say you can edit 4 videos per day. So if we take, this is roughly 23 videos, a day that you need to fulfill your contract with the clients. So 23 divided by 4. So you need 6 editors editing 4 videos a day to fulfill. Of those 6 editors, let's say you're getting them from overseas, the Philippines or anything of that nature, that's roughly $700 to $1,000 a month. Maybe we'll say an average of $600 a month per editor. So you need 6 times 6, 6 times 6. So that's $3,600 a month in editors just to fulfill those videos. You would need posters unless you wanted to be doing it yourself. So you're posting, so at 22 clients times, daily video. So you're posting 22 videos a day across 4 platforms. So 22 times 4. So you're posting 88 times a day. 88 times a day. The average poster can do roughly 6 accounts. What are you doing, Dre? You're above average. How many accounts are you posting for?
Like
8 accounts. So let's say you're a superstar like Dre and you're posting for 8 accounts. So that's, you know, you still need like minimum of 2.5 posters. So you'd still have to do some yourself. Posters, I mean, I pay posters $1,500 a month to post for 6 accounts. So that's like, you know, your expenses are starting to get up there. To manage 22 clients, you probably need help on the communication aspect. So you need either like account reps or what I call pod leaders. You need roughly 2 pod leaders to manage those accounts for you. And even that's a stretch. You should probably have 3 because an average pod leader could manage, and a pod leader should be like a superstar editor / somebody that understands accounts, how to make accounts grow. And essentially you need 4 pod leaders. Most of your pod leaders are gonna get paid anywhere between $4,000 to $8,000 a month. So you're gonna need 4 pod leaders, 6 editors, 3 posters minimum, and then that's, you know, I mean, that's probably how I would do it. And then you also have to decipher who's filming the content or are you podcast clipping. Because if you're podcast clipping, you're gonna need timestampers / clippers. And for 22 clients, you're gonna need like 4 or 5 of them. If it's all podcasts, if you're filming with clients, most likely that's probably you in this scenario, so you can get away with that for a while, but that's kind of how I would do it. I can draw out like a pod structure if you want. Hang on one second.
How do you make sure that the editor is like full-time and not?
No editor. Every editor is working for like 12 people. That's what you have to assume.
So how do you keep them loyal?
Pay them a lot. The only way to keep editors loyal is to pay them on time and often. And you can do that provided the editors are good and you're charging enough in your actual agency. Ryan said thoughts on hiring overseas to maintain good margins versus hiring locally. You're going to need American-based for anything that of value as far as being able to manage the footage, like, and they usually can double as like timestampers, clippers. They understand accounts, social media. So you're going to want to pay heavy for that, and then I would go overseas for the editors, but I would still pay above market in, you know, overseas as well, because you're going to get loyalty and you're going to get a good team. But I wouldn't do that right away for editors. The editors need to kind of prove themselves. So usually it's like a 30 or 60 day kind of a trial thing. You do need to pay them for the trial or else nobody's going to work for you. But let's say you have a 4 client agency, like, and you're making you're charging $4K a month. So 4 clients, your deliverables are daily videos, 30 videos. If you want to keep it at the most margins, then you're probably giving them scripts and topics and hooks. Scripts, topics, hooks. So that's kind of like, this is your deliverable, and then you're posting. Reason you want to post is because if you leave it to the clients to post, most of them don't. And you need to control that. So 1 pod leader. So let's say this is you, Ryan, you're the pod leader here. So you can do all of it. Every aspect of your company you can do. And hopefully you're pretty good at it. I don't know you personally, but I'm going to assume you're good. So you have the pod leader. Do pod L, you're right here. Let's say that all these clients you don't need a timestamper. They're all providing the footage to you and you're doing it. So you're gonna need 2 editors. Like, because you want to be able to get ahead. So you have editor 1, editor 2. Then you're gonna need a poster. And if you have to have them manage the footage at all and you can't do it yourself, you need a clipper. And what I mean by that is if your clients are sending you an hour-long file that is a disaster, you're going to need to clip it. Turn it into videos to then send to the editors. Your editors should, my editors have the capacity to do up to like 9 videos a day. which it took quite a while to get them to the point where they can do that, a lot of training. So let's just say your editors are doing four vids. So you're producing 8 videos a day, you know, and that's, you know, and then the poster's posting it. This should cost you, you know, again, it's kind of what you want to pay. This costs me $6 to $8K for a pod leader, $3 to $4K for a clipper. We'll say $1 to $2K for a poster, and roughly we'll say $1K because the editors are overseas. So let's say I'm paying on the low end here, so 6, 7, 8, 9. And Ryan, if this is you paying yourself, you're paying yourself $6,000 in this case. So 6,000, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So to run a pod that produces for 4 clients, it's going to cost you, what is that? I just missed something. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So $12,000 a month. And then you make 4 times 4 and you make 16K. So you profit in the company $4,000. So I would encourage you to get your numbers as good as you can. So I hope that was helpful, Ryan. Was that helpful? Do you have any follow-up questions on that? And then if you're managing 22 clients, you probably need like a CSM or a client success manager. So you need more clients to be profitable. Because if you had like a $2,000 or $3,000 a month, let's say a $2,000 a month VA client success manager, that's somebody that communicates with the clients, checks in with them, so you don't have to do that. Well, now you're only making $2,000 a month on 4 clients, which means that you need to charge more. So, hope that was helpful. Elise said, what traits make a good video editor to you? Most video editors you find are not good video editors from the aspects of performance, but they can do aesthetics. So a good video editor for me is somebody that usually already has something working for them on social media, or they're actively trying to grow their own social media, or they have some case studies of accounts they've actually grown. The editor to me is, you know, from a monetary value, they're the lowest of value, you know, from like somebody to hire. That's not saying editors are not valuable, but they, you know, on the hierarchy of what I'm trying to pay and what I'm trying to do, that's just how it works. Ryan, if you have any other clarifying questions, feel free to ask that. But I just built an agency for somebody. As you can see, content is, it's not free.
Is it good, still a good business model, you would think?
A short form content agency?
Yeah.
Probably not. A short form content agency is only as strong because, in this case, I'm talking to Ryan because you're the one that asked the question. If one of those 4 clients is you should treat yourself as a client in your own agency, and you should be posting a minimum of 2 videos a day. And your agency should fulfill that. So you're not paying yourself profits out of your agency, you're investing them back into your own personal brand. Then when you go to sell people your services, you are a product of your service. Like my team, you know, we'll say 75% of the time does all of my account. I do like to create, so I make a lot of my content on my own. Ryan said a follow-up, and Malik, I'll grab you next. How do you know that a clipper has the marketing IQ to clip the right moments? You don't. But the good thing is clipping is more common now. Both of the people that I have, I poach them because they had theme pages. If you find people that are actively clipping accounts on theme pages and those videos are getting views, they're good clippers. Only problem with them is they're not going to be cheap clippers. They're probably not on WAP trying to clip for $100 for 1 million views. Like they're managing theme pages and they're doing that. But the income that they make on theme pages is not consistent. Sometimes they lose pages. They have to build new ones. The revenue on like TikTok Creator Fund is so up and down. Reels doesn't pay anything. Facebook pays really well. So they like consistency. Most of the guys that I have, they have theme pages on the side as well, and they're helping with us. Again, most people now have like 12 jobs. You can't stop that from happening. It's impossible. Unless you can pay them, 6 figures, and even that's not even enough to survive in the economy. So, Malik said, how would somebody offer live streaming to a client? Like, how would you structure that if you were going to offer it? Fitzy's trying to, so Fitzy did the 24-hour live stream with us, and did you tell the client or did the client see mine?
He saw yours.
Yeah, so one of Fitzy's clients saw mine. Now he wants to do a 24-hour live stream on a boat.
Fuck me.
I mean, from a live stream perspective, the good thing is there's there's no like after production really, Fitzy, would you say? Other than, depending, yeah.
Theoretically, you could have the perfect workflow. So you do a live stream and we'll convert it into YouTube long form. You can clip it into YouTube long form. Then you can do reels in the YouTube long form from the live stream directly on platform. Then if you have a screen recording, you still can make a shit ton of reels. It is like the OG.
Yeah, so just to recap what 50 said. Let's say I didn't want to stream for a long time and I wanted to take the 24-hour stream and use that content for everything. Like, let's say that, God, my voice is horrible right now. I'm trying to think. Let's say Fitzy charged me $2,000 to do the live stream.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the actual stream. So hey, if you could convince a client to do a 6-hour live stream.
How many reels will you get?
Like a 6-hour live stream. I mean, you could even do a 3-hour, like we're gonna do a live stream, we're gonna set it up, and here's what we're gonna do. So we're like the deliverables, hang on, let me write this out, because somebody could make a live stream in business right now. This would be a great clip for me to put on my YouTube later. I doubt I'm gonna do that though. So live stream production, live stream prod, there we go. So you have the live stream. Let's say you do a 3-hour live stream. 3-hour stream. If you wanted to one-off a client and you didn't want to do this on a retainer basis, that's kind of depending on the client. So you would do one 3-hour stream. From that 3-hour stream, let's say that there are 5 videos every hour that could be used for long form YouTube. So, and that, I mean, roughly, yeah. So it's like 60 minute, 60 times 3. So you have 5, 10, so that's 15. So you would do 15 long form, 7 to 10 minute videos.
But they all need intro, structure.
But they would all need to be restructured, good intro. So you might have to have the client film intros for them and outros, or add any other content. Yeah, and that should happen while they're streaming, so you don't have to use their time again. So you need intros, outros, and you'd have to be paying attention very incessantly during the stream for supporting footage, because you kind of would want it to come from the same set. And then we would have shorts. Let's say that each of these 10-minute videos, you got 3 to 5 shorts. I'm gonna average that out at 4. So 15 times 4, so 50 reels / shorts / TikTok. Now, if you were to price this, let's say you charge, $2K for the stream. Let's say you charge $250 for each long form, and that would also need thumbnails and titles. So let's say you charge what's the average price for a YouTube video? Do you know, Fitzy?
Depends if you want to have a high quality. If that's live production, I would be doing like maybe 200 to 600 somewhere.
200 to 600. So we'll go 400. So let's say you charged 400 per
effort.
Yeah, for medium effort.
Yeah.
You know, with a good thumbnail and a title, and you upload it and manage the channel to get them all uploaded. So 15 times 400. So that's 6,000. And then 50 reels, let's say you're charging $30 a reel. 50 times 30. Because you're going to have to structure them. It's going to be a lot of work. So that's 1,500. So if you were to charge this as a package, and if you're doing 15 long forms and you did, what does that be, 2 a week? Like, I mean, you could disperse this off in a month. Basically be 3 long forms a week, or 3, 6, not, yeah, it'd be 3 a week, right? If you're doing 15. Sorry, I'm still not firing.
It's mathing somehow.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, let's say you disperse this all out over 30 days, like, and you're doing 3 to 4 videos a week on their long form, and you're doing, 50 divided by 30, so 50. So you're doing roughly 2 videos a day. I would stretch this and make sure I got 60, like 60 shorts somehow, make it work. And then let's say you're charging, I would charge $4K for the 60 shorts. I'd probably charge more than 6, but this is where, so that would be like a $12,000 package.
Good.
Let's say you stretch that over 2 months because they paid you on a payment plan. Now you're talking $6,000 a month for 2 months. You could stretch this for 3 months if you wanted to.
I would not charge those numbers though, because it's like 1 set, 1 recording. But that's me, because I'm like.
Yeah, you're afraid to charge what you're worth, Fitzy.
I know.
You're getting better though. But yeah, I would just keep this as one package, and I would just deliver it to them in one thing. Let them worry about posting and managing it, but I would include the thumbnails and tell them what to title the videos for the YouTube long forms. But yeah, you could charge 10K for that all day long. You might not get 10K. It might be hard. You might need to do one of these for free to build a case study, document everything. And what I would be documenting is I would only do this for free if you know that they're going to make some money on that 3-hour stream. Because then you can immediately attach the 10K price point to how much money they made on the stream. And even if they didn't make 10K on the stream, you're still using it as leverage. There you go. There's your live stream social media package for 2026. Malik, let me know if you sell that, or if anybody sells that. Let me know how much you got for it, what type of, because that's pretty easy for the client too, but you would have to be with the client. So you would have to factor in some travel or have the client pay for some travel.
Have you done ever the edit in the YouTube app? Where you go on the browser, on the YouTube app, and then you go onto one of your own videos and you click a moment?
I've never used the YouTube editing app, ever.
Can I show you? So it's really cool.
Yeah, Fitzy, can you show them YouTube app? I have to use the restroom.
Okay.
John, yeah, if you want to drop your, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick.
Give me your phone though, so that I can go on the.
Yeah.
And screen share it to the laptop.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to screen share my phone to the laptop.
Because that strategy is right now really cracked. Because any long form video that you own on your YouTube channel, you can make really quick reels.
What am I doing? I'm going to YouTube. Am I going to the YouTube Studio or the
regular app?
Okay, YouTube app. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm sharing. I'm screen mirroring.
Yeah. Can I post a reel from there, basically, from your long form?
I guess, yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
There you go, you're mirroring now. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, guys. Fitzy's gonna show you how to do this. Oh, yeah, it's screen sharing. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
No. What's up, guys?
Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we run into complications, but basically it's really cracked. If you have like the YouTube app, it's not the studio app. You basically can go on any long form video basically that you were posting. I think you kind of can see it right now. Let's pick one. This is like an old live stream we did, so you can just pull it up and you will get, there's somewhere here in the settings, and it's called clipping. Like you just click on there, and then you can do like a 15-second or a 60-second. So you can basically go in there. Right now we probably don't have the audio, but all you have to do is like you can clip it. And there's another way how you can make reels, but we don't want to do the clipping. Let's see if I'm not fucking that up. Am I in the right account? Save, click, download. This is not it. Does it not work on? Oh, because it's maybe that. So I need a public video. Is that public? Yeah, I think so it is. So clipping is just for moments, but here's the remix button. The remix button, that's what I mean. So you instantly can edit into a short from the YouTube app. It's really easy to do. So you also can do a green screen, but it has to be one of your own videos. It's similar like the other one. You instantly get that editing moment thing here, and it basically talks about it. I don't really hear the audio. I need to wear the headphones. Oh, I'm just showing the live editing on the YouTube editor.
I've never done that.
Ooh, and then you can change the length. You want to see that too, if you've never done it?
You can show me after the stream.
Okay, yeah. So basically, let's say 60 seconds. Ideally, it should be like 30 to 45 seconds.
I mean, yeah, 45 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, so then you can, this is like the annoying part. You only can select like this. So you have to listen when it starts. And let's see. Another thing is also like there's no restructuring. So you basically can just select a moment, like 15 to 30, 60 seconds. And that moment basically becomes then its own reel without like re-editing. So you could say like, this was like an interesting start. It's not ideal. Like there's no really crazy hook or restructuring of the video, but you could now hit on done and then basically come up with like a title for the reel, and then you can do a bunch with it. You basically get all the features from YouTube, but it takes a moment. But that's all from like a previous video, and it can be from a previous live stream as well. So if it's directly from the live stream, you only can remix, but if you convert the live stream into a long form in the app, you can do that too. Oh, still processing, takes a little bit. Here, this is basically, you're back, so you can take over. So
I went to B.
Yeah, basically I selected a moment of a previous video, and it can become instantly like a reel. What is like kind of cool, but it.
Is it going to be a horizontal reel or is it gonna
vertical reel?
Really? It goes back and forth to the speakers, or you guys?
Yeah. So it will process right now and download that moment from the previous long form video that you have, but you have to own it. And then it basically, you can edit it. You can put titles on it. You can change the camera angles and whatever.
Nice.
All in the YouTube app.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't want to hold you up or the stream, so
Yeah.
you
Thank
can
you,
let them
Fitzy.
process and see if you want to take it or not.
Give Fitzy a round of applause. Woo!
Now Frido's accounts.
Okay. So it'll process, and then we'll go back to it.
Yeah, and then you can see it.
Oh, there my mic's there. All right. Well, what I did realize is I had my Instagram up the whole time. I was showing everybody the live the live stream business. So I'm gonna put this here so you guys can see it. Just to recap, you're doing a 3-hour stream, turning that into 15 long form clips, making sure you add in intros, outros, and then any supporting things that need to be there, and then trying to get 60 reel shorts and TikToks out of it. You could probably charge it a 10K for this type of package. I think that would work well.
Depending on the client.
Yeah, depending on the client, I think that would work well. Is it? Dude, it did it. Oh no. I don't know if I just did it again. I'm still trying to learn my tech, guys. Bear with me. Let's see. Malik, what route do you see content going in 2026? I think it's going to go towards low production, high volume. You got to get more out faster. I think the higher production stuff will continue to lose its effectiveness, and AI will kind of take over what is the high production, as well as value-based content is gonna like go to AI. And what I mean by that is you can literally, any question you have about anything, you just type in the ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Grok, choose one, it's going to give you a really good answer. The only thing that people are going to gravitate to are the individual people and their stories and their experiences with whatever it is you're asking those questions about. That was why I wanted to do a huge 24-hour live demonstration to show not only myself, but also business owners and any potential clients, one, that it's not that hard to get high volume filming out. And if you do enough of it, it adds up fast. Like, for me, I'm still looking at that whole experiment as like it failed because I haven't hit an M yet. Technically, I did if you count the promotion and the stream, but I know if I just give it more time, it will work based on the stats that I showed you guys in the month-by-month overview. If that holds strong, which I think it will. And I think that that's the nature. I think, the more you can get out now, like that window is gonna close at some point. AI is getting faster, quicker, and they can put out informational content faster than you can. Like, where it's like if what you're talking about can be searched on ChatGPT, AI is gonna be able to make a video and get it out faster than you could. Like, you can't compete on that. But AI doesn't, it's your personality. And that's what Instagram is pushing right now. Like, Instagram specifically is pushing personalities, stories, like from individual creators. TikTok is like categorizing things, and I think it's to force more ads down your throat with TikTok Shop, because if you categorize people, it's easier to feed them ads. Instagram doesn't seem to be doing that yet. They might. I don't know. So Malik said, what would you recommend brick and mortar local businesses that purely just want to focus on their business and don't want to build a personal brand with their business? I don't think you can disassociate the two. If you're a local business and you want to get clients and customers in your door, you have to be on the internet. You as the person. People need to know you have a business. I think that's where most brands, like brick and mortar business owners, are failing right now. Even if you just focus on local content, you made videos about things around you locally. If people see your face locally a lot, they know that, like, they'll search you out. You'll become familiar. If they see you constantly on social media, like reviewing pizza places like a Dave Portnoy, or checking out 5-star hotels, or doing stuff locally, going to local events and like day in the lifing it, and then you're running an ads or a bus bench ad or like print ads, or they're gonna recognize your face and more people are gonna see it. And it's like, I wish brick and mortar business owners like would understand that. Like, and that's what I only know that because it happened to me with the hurricane. Everybody in St. Petersburg knew who I was for months. Like, everywhere I went. Like, because I did that about a localized type of event. Like, so I would just tell, like, you can't go wrong by posting videos of yourself on the internet, really. Like, I don't see a world where that's going to change anytime soon. And even if we doom and gloom AI, I was listening to an interview this morning on Diary of a CEO with an AI security expert. Like, if AI takes completely over and it becomes a super intelligence type of thing, you're going to be based on like, your social credit score, whether you want to or not. It's going to be your value in the social world. And the people who are the biggest will make more money because people watch them. They're interesting. Doesn't matter what business you have. So I don't know what that looks like. It can get really dark. But again, like we're moving into those types of things, you know, where if all you do is like, if you're an Instagram news station, like I can't stand fucking content tips accounts. Like, oh, Instagram released this new feature, here's how to do it. Yes, they get views because people are interested in that, but you're so replaceable. It's like a news anchor, and look how that worked out for them. Like, you know, it's like they're falling off. Like news stations are going out of business. Like they're all losing money. Like, so it's only a matter of time before everything's on YouTube. You know, and it may even be something else after that. Who knows until we go to like meta glasses and like you're just seeing shit all the time. I don't know. That seems weird to me, but I'm not gonna rule it out. So that's kind of. But local business owners are notoriously slow. Like they won't get that like for a while. So if you're talking to them about that now, you're ahead of the curve. But dope. Does anybody, any other questions? If not, you know, we can go ahead and end today's stream and I'll be back Thursday. So fire out whatever you got right now and I'll rip these out. But yeah, I hope this was valuable for people. I mean, I don't know where else you could get the results of somebody doing 114 Instagram reels in one day. Nobody else has done that. Oh, got some good questions. Thank you guys. Do you recommend, Eval de Spa 1273. Do you recommend making content in the red pill space? It's a very dangerous niche. My channel might get banned quickly. I think your TikTok might get banned. I don't think your Instagram or YouTube will. And if you do get banned, you can go to Rumble. Like, I feel like it might be easy to go on Rumble right now. Less competition. So I mean, if you're into that world, bro, I would just say go hard. And if you get kicked off, you get kicked off. That's a good video, man. This video got me kicked off of TikTok. This video got me kicked off of Instagram. Like people on Rumble would watch that. Like, I mean, unless you're really teetering the line of controversy, I don't know, man. Like. The platforms, other than TikTok, like TikTok's pretty strict right now, but the platforms have kind of like cooled out with the canceling of people, I think. You know, I don't know, maybe you're the one that gets canceled and you're like, man, that guy Ryan's such a jerk. He told me to do this. But like, there's a lot of Red Pill people still on. Just don't say that, you know, that one person's name. That name still holds a lot of weight for getting you banned. And if you don't know that name, well, good. Ryan Piana said, hypothetically, how do you get leverage as an agency owner with no personal brand? My outreach is Loom audits, by the way. Nobody watches your Loom audits, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I get like 5 a day. Like, and then before I even look at a Loom audit, I look at the personal brand. And I think you have you have to have something. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot of followers. It just has to be something. Like, and it's got to be something on Instagram specifically. Instagram's going to be your best for outreach. Like, but I don't even look at follower count. I just look at the videos. Like, and if you're an agency making content videos, I'm not going to pay attention. Because it's like, if you're making videos about making content, first off, if you're making videos about making content, you're not attracting people that want to hire an agency. You're attracting other video editors and other like business owners that are interested in making their content for themselves. And if they're making it for themselves, it usually means they can't afford to outsource it to somebody else. So you're hitting the wrong demographic. You need to hit a demographic of people that can afford your services. The only way you're going to do that is by getting on their feeds naturally, which is why I have the framework, the AEP framework, which is Audience Explore page. And what that means is you go, you take an archetype of a person, somebody that can afford a $6,000 a month agency. They're usually a business owner that's making $30,000 to $50,000 a month. What are people that are making $30,000 to $50,000 a month? What videos are they watching? If you start making those videos that they would actually consume, now you're on their radar. Same thing I talked about with brick and mortar. Now they're seeing your face. You know, you want to come across as a creator to a creator vibe, not a video editor to potential like customer vibe. Like, it puts you in the wrong framing and you can never charge as much because they're just like, oh, this guy does edits, cool. Like a video edit you can get for $5 on Fiverr or Elance, like, or in the Philippines. Like, it has to be, you gotta, you know, impress them in some way, at least to get, you know, them to watch your Loom video. And I think even the Loom videos, that people send out, all they're doing is insulting the person. Like, if you're reaching out to somebody who's making content and you come with a Loom video, here's how you can make your content better. You're immediately insulting them and they're pissed. Like, I get them all the time. I know that feeling. It's like, I have an agency. Like, I'm actively spending $10,000 a month plus on my content production. What are you gonna do for me? Like, so it's like, if you come in with that framing, it's wrong, it's off. It's gonna instantly piss off the person. That's why I think it's bad, because it comes in, it's like, the framing of you doing that, it's like, I'm better than you. And a business owner or personal brand or somebody that's established something that you're trying to get their money, which is what you're doing, they generally have an ego to some degree, and they're attached to their content. Like, they're trying. So if you say what they're doing wrong first, they're just gonna be like, they're out. Like, they're not gonna look, I promise you that. Like, or if they do, you're gonna get 1 out of 100. And they're probably gonna be a bad client. Malik said, do you think it's possible to run a business without caffeine? I don't know if you can build one. You can build one, like, I don't think you can build one without caffeine. I think you can maintain it without caffeine. Once you like step away from it, let other people who are highly caffeinated run it for you. I don't know, caffeine gets a bad rap. I don't know. But Ryan, was that helpful? And I didn't mean to roast your Loom videos, and that was not the intention, but you have to think about the framing in which you're coming from when you reach out to these people. And I think the best way to get clients is you gotta meet them in person. Like, it's very hard to do it over Instagram. Like, there's no relationship. If you have no personal brand, you have a personal brand if you shake somebody's hand, because they're seeing you, they're right in front of you. Like, you can build a personal brand in real time by talking to somebody. Like, if I were you, I'd be getting on flights, I'd be going to events, I'd be going to local events, I'd be doing anything and everything I could to get physically around people that could afford my services. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap today's stream up there, guys. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna be sending out this recording. If you wanted to download any of the free stuff, the spreadsheet that we use to track all my videos, all of my viral frameworks, the HEM, the AEP, the hook story, prescription, the Cub framework, a lot of the frameworks that I operate, my entire agency operates from, they're like videos we send our editors to train them. That's all in the description right now. Or comment 200 BTS on any post on my Instagram and you'll get it. Ryan's got one last question and I'll wrap it up. Entertainment creators supposed to make a business videos that mess up my personal brand. Keep entertaining, bro. Don't make any fucking business videos. Nobody watches them anyways. Look at all the videos that I posted. All the business videos got no views. The ones that got views were entertaining. So that is what I would do.